Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the DraftSeal number DS416BL Kerf inserted gasket seal for windows and doors. This is a very common piece of material that is Kerf gasketing. There is a trade name in the industry that a lot of people know this by, and that is the trade name Qlon. And this does not have any manufacturer's markings on it at all. This material would be very appropriate for insertion into a kerf that's been applied into a wood frame. Steel frames as well. You can do a kerfed steel frame in addition to a wood frame type kerf. And if you're not familiar with what it looks like, as my pen decides to run out of ink, area right there is the kerf. So this material will sit exactly as it's shown. Kind of like that. Okay, fits into the kerf, returns back. The important thing when it comes to kerf weather stripping is that you order the proper projection, meaning the dimension from where it sits on the face of the stop to the reach, or how far out it sticks, the projection. Reach is the term that is most often used with this material. So you're really going to see a reach of 3/8 of an inch. And that's going to be how far it comes out this way, 3/8. Very typical. There are larger sizes, 7/16, even 5/8. Getting something smaller is going to be not impossible either. Not doing a good job at measuring this for you. It's a small piece. They're saying it's about 7/16 wide, and I'm sure that it is. This material is just a bit needs to be installed so that it can straighten out and resume its natural elasticity. It comes on a roll like that, so it's a bit compressed. There is a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet, where we can review this item. That item is important because it will show you. This is the 416BL, is it not? Right, so it's black. If you change that to a B, you'll get brown, and if you change that to W, you'll get white. They're all common. Brown used to really be the only color you'd kind of ever get this in. But black is probably the most common, or the one most requested these days, and white being not unheard of, certainly. There's also a link to a document called Product Information. And that product information is handy because it will allow you to review the other sizes that they have of this type of material. More common, in my opinion, is going to be the DS426 series that's on that page. And then again, available in those different colors, B, BL, and W as well. You can also see that they have full cartons that are listed. Excuse me. I am going to say that that is a roll, a long, continuous roll. They won't be pre-cut lengths. The other items that are on that page, I can tell you that they're all fairly common. You know, the 426, the 429, the 431, those are for sure the most common ones. You will occasionally see the 425. I see those in Windows. The 423 is not unheard of. However, I don't know that I've actually seen that in person. I have seen it around, but I don't know that it's that a 423 has passed my desk. So if you're looking for the material most common, 426, 429, 431. That's where you're going to be right in that area. You've got 3/8 or half-inch margin a reach. The 431 and the 426 are most common. The question ultimately becomes is, what do I set my door pocket to? Meaning, how much room do I leave from the face of the door to the face of my stop to accommodate for this? Well, when I've machined my doors for this, I would usually test it first to see how I liked it, in the sense of, common sense is going to tell us that we're going to compress it, without too much force. And the answer to the question is, when I compress that, I'm coming up with a 1/4 inch dimension that I'd like to have this material safely compressed down to. So if I was going to be manufacturing such an item like this, to be manufacturing a wood frame for this, I'd probably allot a 1/4 inch space. I wouldn't go any tighter at all. And I think that would work out really well for you. Kind of what I do is make one up, see how I like it, make my adjustments after the door is built. And that's just exactly how that usually works. Now, the other question that we get asked is, what's the kerf width? And that is on the technical drawing for the 416, and you'll see there that they're showing a 7/64 of an inch kerf. They're giving you the placement of where it needs to be as well, in terms of its from the face of the jamb where the door is going to come against, or the window as well. And then they're showing you the depth of 5/16. 1/8 of an inch is incredibly common for a kerf, and a 1/64 of an inch is not necessarily going to cause a failure of the installation. However, the manufacturer is showing us 7/64 of an inch, and I personally would not deviate from that at all. I would, if I was going to do the job, I would buy the slotting bit, or however you're going to, if you're going to run your jam, or your stop, I should say, down a table saw, you could certainly do that to get that right sort of thickness, so to speak, of what you're doing. So I would do it the way that it's been engineered to receive. And it looks like the balance of their kerf information given is also 7/64 of an inch, even though 1/8 of an inch is really the common one. Occasionally someone calls up and says, my kerf is a 1/4 inch. And the weather stripping they have requires a 1/4 inch kerf. I can't find anything that's bigger than 1/8 of an inch. So I've recommended people have, create 1/8 inch thick shims, get them in there, and then go ahead and proceed accordingly. Okay. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the DraftSeal products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Any questions on the DraftSeal DS416BL kerf inserted gasket seal for windows or doors in black, or any other DraftSeal product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.